Yo, yo, what's up? I don't know why I said that. It makes me sound like some uh like clickbait YouTuber. But anyway, this is apparently the team I'm coaching for some Dota University thing. This is like some unranked game that you guys played. Let me just have a look. 1 second. Well, since four of you are in this stack, I assume that you four are playing together, and then this fifth is some random guy playing Kunkka, which is good actually because I don't play mid very often anyway, so it's good. I think the way I'm gonna do it is I'm just gonna look at top lane like first 10 minutes. I'll look at bot lane first 10 minutes, and then I'll look at like the mid game, whatever. Um, let's see. So first things first, let's just have a look at the starting item builds. I assume this is Kunkka mid. So we're up to 5. Some CK's carry. I guess it's offlane Pugna or something. Oh no, it's Pugna mid. It's Kunkka offlane. Oh. Um, the first thing I would say is like, if you guys want to have some good starting item builds, I just go on Dota Pro Tracker and I look at the builds that people are generally doing before you play some hero. Because some of this doesn't look very good. Like, I guess I'll start with the Pugna, right? Like, usually when you play mid against Queen of Pain, it's like a 49 damage hero, right? Like you do like 60 or something, I think. Well, pretty much. You don't really need to start like this double mango thing. Like no one starts double mango on mid because you can just vary in clarities or whatever you need. Like this 85 mana, you have like 10 casts. You'll get your bottle, or I guess people aren't really buying bottle, but you don't need this because you get arcane boots. Instead you go like double what's that item called? Double circlet and one mantle, and then branch and fairy, and then you have like a lot more stats. Like you'll be able to trade into the co-op a lot better, even through the shadow daggers, and it's just good. Like mango's really bad. Um, for CK, can look at what sort of lane you're probably up against, like Shaker +1, I guess. I guess it's kind of hard to tell because it's like weird draft by them, but still, like this is probably not enough regen. I think you might want to start with like, let's see. Well, maybe it's enough. It depends if your guy has a salve, and he does. Yeah, okay. Then it's fine. You can do this build if you want on CK. But on Disrupt, you have the double clarity. I think there's like too many clarities. It's hard to use clarities in lane. Usually you want to start with one sentry just to unblock camps or give it to your mid or something like that. So like -1 clarity +1 sentry, I'd say, or like +1 fairy fire or something. It's usually a good item. Um, this is whatever. Let's see. This is safe lane something plus something. Like I can't even tell. Tiny carry maybe. Boost is usually fine. Sometimes you get more stats. Uh, I I mean this is terrible build, but he's not in the stack. So first thing is I would say like you should get into the habit of not skilling your spells before you need them. Like this is probably fine, but like you shouldn't level this. You shouldn't level this. Like it may seem like really obvious that you always want Thunderstrike, but there's situations where you get like first blood with your W or something like that. So and the other thing I would say is if you guys want to do like a little trick that's very useful, like even in pro scene, um instead of doing this like 2-1-2 split, right, and then you can test like 3 runes essentially, or yeah, essentially you can test 3 runes, right? You want to send your pos 5 bot at level 1, and then you get him to hide in the trees or something. A lot of the time you fight here 3v2, and then your carry just plays very safe. Like usually in the pro scene, the carry will just play like around here-ish, and then if he sees what's it called? Like if you see the enemies like here, like both of them at -0, you can even walk up and steal this rune as well. But it's just really good to stack 3-on-1 rune. You can even stack like here if you want to be sneaky, but almost everyone stacks 3 on a rune nowadays. This is a good tree cut. Let's see. So this guy is just camping on here. Okay. It's not the worst Fade Bolt, I suppose. Here, you guys are doing some fight here. Like here, you should Oh wow, I bugged it. But like here, you should throw your fissure so that you can't get the rune in any case. Like 1 second, you throw the the bolt on him, and here you can bolt him as well because you're basically playing 2v1 fight, and you got full mana and a mango anyway, right? So you bolt him, and then he's really low health, and then you force out his salve or something. It's just like a lot of regen used. I guess I'll start with top lane. You bolt him now, but like imagine if you bolted like 10 seconds earlier, you'd have another bolt now. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. Alright, so now you forced out the salve. You guys should run back to lane. Okay. This looks like Spirit Breaker off lane, I guess. Okay. I'm just trying to skip this without. Okay, so what I would say is like in this lane, since they're like double melee, you can probably just start clariting already if you want. But this is why I don't like to buy clarities in general, because there's not that much downtime on the lanes. Like here, if you see that you forced out their salves, right, they're kind of low on regen. You should like aggro the 2 melee creeps onto the range creep and deny it together. Like just attack it together and deny it. Otherwise, in general, the disruptor should be playing here and helping your CK, because you can be denying one creep while he last hits a different creep or something like that. This is kind of weird. I guess this guy's disconnected, right? Okay. Whatever, I guess. But you see, like here, you should worry a little bit more about the CS than helping out your disruptor here, because you're never gonna do that much damage to him. You miss one ranged CS here, and here you should drag this back onto this as well. Just like anytime you're doing okay in a lane or even badly, you just want to drag the creeps back to the range creep, so you deny it really easily, or you force out a fissure, which is really good because then this guy's very little mana. Here when you click on him next, you should be constantly clicking on people's inventories and seeing what they have. You see that he swapped out his ward for a mango, so you know that he warded somewhere here, like in this vicinity, and then you see this camp isn't blocked, right? So it has to be like this sort of area. You just put down your sentry. This is why you should start sentries and clarities as well, because you don't have like a good opportunity to use them. And you should never take this ward and just hold in your inventory like this, because then the enemy team are going to be playing the same way as I'm saying. Like you should give it to your offlaner and they place it like here or something, or like block a small camp out there. Safe laner never takes the wards in this meta, or usually at least. It's like really pointless to fight like this. Like when the lane is here, they don't feel safe going for last hits. Like if they walk up and they start to go on range creep, so like they're distracted by something, right? Then you can throw your bolt and your Q together on someone. But like just to initiate while the lane is good for you, it just means that the lane is gonna push out a little bit for them, which is not ideal. And now your disruptor's fighting a Spirit Breaker at melee range, so it's just kind of bad. Like here, I don't know what's happening because it's like, just have a look, I guess. Like, don't click him like that because it draws the aggro of 2 creeps, right? And now if he fishes you, you take a fuck ton of damage, and like the lane's gonna push even harder. The idea is like, so the creeps have like I think it's like a 3-second cooldown between aggros. So like if you start an attack from outside creep aggro range, which is like 400 range, like just to visualize it, something like maybe like here. If you start an attack from here, you can do like 2 or 3 auto attacks on Earthshaker for free without pulling creep aggro. Like maybe you should go try this in a lobby and see how many attacks you can do exactly. But that's like how all the pro pos 5s harass and just ranged heroes in general. It's really useful on mid as well. But just drawing aggro here is really problematic generally. But like here you are fighting this guy. Looks like you're gonna kill him. Okay, it's nice. What I will say as well, like, I forgot to mention this at minute 0, but you guys should move your couriers out of the base. Like, it seems like a really sort of try-hard thing to do, but it's so easy, right? Like, you just click and then you click here. The idea is like when you look at the courier, if it's in the range of the shop, this thing will be gold, like one pointing at. So like you just move it until it's at the boundary. Like usually you don't have to move it that far. It saves you like 2 seconds. And then the other thing in relation to that is like when you're laning, you should always try and spend as much of your net worth as possible, right, with the courier, because like it looks like you have this massive lead against their lane, but if you have just like money, it's actually not a lead because you're not using it in any way. Like right now, you should be buying stuff as well on the courier. Let me just think. What would you buy against this lane? I guess you can maybe just rush boots, but you can always like ferry out salves and sentries and stuff. Like if it was me in this game, I'd ferry out a sentry to kill this ward in case you didn't, in case you noticed it. But like otherwise, I'd just save for boots against 2 melees who want to run at me, right? And then for you, just like same thing really. Brace of boots probably, if I had to guess. Or gloves of haste if you think you're strong. So now the lane is in like a problematic situation, right? Like it's pushing in really hard. You don't want to play here, especially against like Earthshaker, because he can like fissure block you or something like that. Like rule of thumb is like you never want the lane. You want the lane to be like just under your tower, like here sort of area, because then you can run at them really far. They can't run at you very far. You have the bonus armor even. So this is really good. You do a pull. This is like too how do you say? This is like too much of a pull though. Like you shouldn't really pull 3 creeps like this because you were going for 4 as well. Like if it's a situation where you haven't stacked the small camp, you don't really want to pull just 4 creeps into it because it's not gonna help. It's not gonna help the lane in any way, right? Like these will die really quickly and then it's gonna push in like really far like under the tower. If you play against good players, they will tank the creeps, like with their bodies like here, and then how can your CK lane here? Like it might sound like not impossible, but like this is a really bad offlane duo. Like if you play against good offlanes like Mars +1 or Tiny +1 or like just anything like that, the moment your carry steps past like this area, he just gets run out from tower to tower, and it's really really sad. So to pull 1 creep or 2 creeps usually, I think the standard pull time is 14 for this camp, right? You just pull like 5 seconds late or 4 seconds late, you pull it like 19, and you make sure instead of like tanking with your body and letting the aggro pull them, you want to like physically pull it in. But you can go try this in a lobby and see what timings are good for you. You can also pull like from here like across to here as well. There's a different timing for this. But yeah, regardless, you generally want to pull like not so many creeps. And you definitely don't want to tank. Like you don't really want to be here on Disruptor, right? Like just fighting, because they know that you pulled, or like if they're good, they'll know that you pulled because the creeps are in like a weird place, right? So you should run over and help your CK right now, because look, he's getting dived 2v1, and you're still here just fighting creeps. It's kind of bad. What have you got on the courier? Boots, bracer, it's good. Here, like, you should really, really, just run into your tower, because, like, when you run this way, it's quite easy to die. But you see, like, it's just the pool is, like, the pool is just problematic for your CK, because you pull, like, too many creeps, and you're forced to, like, stand there and deny, and then he has to play 1v2 for a long time. Like, if you're there, you can just, like, kinetic them under the tower, and then, like, bolt them, or whatever you want. And the other thing is, like, if you were there, you can salve your CK as well, which would be nice. So here you should definitely play more aggressive on CK. Like it looks really fucked up, but yeah, well I have no idea what they're doing. Okay, that's so bad. But because the visuals on cooldown, they're melee heroes, you can just like you can drag this guy and bolt him. Here you should salve him immediately, because you know, like this guy can't actually cancel the salve, right? So you should salve him and pop a clarity. It's just like so slow on the consumable usage, because this guy is now like this health. and you're just hoarding a salve. Like the main point of pos 5 buying salve is that you salve your carry, and like you should buy more stuff now. Like buy your boots right now. Um, like Magic Wand is so bad actually. Like look at this lane, they're not gonna cast spells. It's Fissure, like cast 2 of them, and this guy's like charging every now and again. But like you look at this item, it's really bad. Like it's +3 all stats, right? But this is +1/+1, and then 150 gold basically for 1 all stats and 20 charges. But you're never gonna get to 20 charges. Like if you buy Magic Wand a lot, like go look at your replays and see how many times this gets to 20 in lane. It's always like 5 or 6 or like 10, and then you press it. Like just buy the stick if you really want, but this lane you want boots anyway, because they're not spamming spells, but they will run at you. Or you can get like Buckler, Basilius, I don't know, some shit like that. Raindrop. You place a ward on their ward, and this ward is really bad anyway. Like there's no reason ever to place this ward, really. Like, uh, not at this moment in time, right? Because like if they're not on lane, then something's wrong. So you don't really need to see them here. Like, I guess I'll talk about it later. But this is just a really redundant ward to place in the laning stage. The reason they place it is because they want to see you pull, but like they're not pulling, so I don't know. Same thing here. It's like too much of a pull, especially when the creep's in a good spot and the Shaker just died. You want to pressure the Spirit Breaker even harder, right? Like pulling here just helps them out a little bit. It relieves the pressure, which is bad. The Spirit Breaker charges out for some reason that I don't quite understand. Okay. Right. Okay, well, I mean, Spirit Breaker just left the lane, so that's kind of interesting thing to happen. You're buying more tangos when this guy still has a salve. It's kind of bad. It's like waste of all this money. And what happened to your courier? Did it die? No. I'm confused actually. Didn't you call your courier? Is it dead? It just died now? Really? Oh, it's dead for a minute. Okay, my bad. Go back to where we were. Well, regardless, you still have stuff on the courier, right? Yeah, like just finish your power tread and ship it out now. I don't know if you forgot or something, but this is kind of weird to not be using your courier right now with 1,000 gold. Like, look how big you are. You finish your power treads now. You can like kill this and jungle like 1v0. Now that this guy has dewarded this ward, this is 100% warded because otherwise it doesn't even make sense. Like, how would you know that this ward is here? So you should immediately buy a sentry and come deward this. But if it wasn't clear enough before, but you know, whatever. So minute 5, you usually want to push in the lane so that you have like a easy time contesting bounty runes. We'll see what happens, I guess. He charges at you. You can kill this Shaker really easily. Like the thing is, if you guys run, it's really bad because you have 2 range creeps helping you. They do a lot of damage, and a melee creep. Like you should stand and fight here for sure, like 100%. Just drag this guy in, stun him. You want to focus the guy with less armor. This guy has 5 armor. This guy has like 4 basically. Oh, and a ring. But like, regardless, he has a lot less health, right? 200 less health. You get a kill anyway, but it's just like kind of slow. You should always, whenever you have creeps and they don't have creeps, unless it's like you're super low health, you should always fight. And someone should be taking this rune. Disruptor should be taking this rune already. Like the runes are very important. No boots. Boots is the most important item for position 5 because you're running around a lot. And you still haven't popped your clarity, which is kind of bizarre. Okay, we get the D ward. That's good. But why is no one taking the rune? I don't understand. This is like, how much gold is it? It's like 60 gold, right? To 5 people. That's 300 gold. And then they don't get it, so it's 600 gold swing. 600 gold swing is like 2 kills. So you not taking this rune is like dying on both of you right now. Which is fucking ridiculous, right? Why would you not take this rune? But okay, just remember to prioritize the runes. It's very important. Like the runes are so important that people will push the 4-minute something wave just to make it so that they have to play here and then you take the rune for free. It's like 600 gold. Just remember that next time you see this little thing. Let's see what you bought. I hope it's power treads. Okay, it's full power treads and your blades and your whatever. Okay, that's good. I don't know about this build, man. Like, I don't think this is how people build this hero, but I might be wrong. 3 and E. Okay, actually, never mind. It's fine. Um, this looks okay as well. Wait a minute, like I'm slightly confused what's happening actually. I got distracted by the build. Like, look at the map, right? This is a level 3 Shaker with no mana. Like, click on him, he has no mana. And I don't know what you're doing here on Disruptor. Like, shouldn't you guys just be killing him? Like, you see the Spirit Breaker bot even. Well, you definitely see Spirit Breaker bot. As soon as you see something like this, right? Uh, you just want to be killing Shaker. Like, just drag him in and bolt him, and Disruptor comes like over, and this guy should be dead. Like, he should be dead right now. Instead, you're like messing around with the creeps or like stacking it. Like, a level 3 Shaker should not be allowed to do this ever. And the other thing is, instead of placing the ward here when it was kind of pointless, now you can place a ward on this hill because the Quap is gonna want to recover this lane with ganks, right? He wants to TP in and blink and scream or whatever. And what if you have this ward, you can dive the Shaker over and over again. He's gonna be so, his game is gonna be so fucked up. Like, I don't know. Like, you see this TP or something. This is like, I don't know. This is just like too defensive play when you won the lane already. Because like, look now, they get a chance to come back into the game because your carry is 1v2. You should have killed them already a long time ago. And the other thing is, once you kill them, you have a cart at minute 5 to pressure with as well. Like this tower, any chip damage you do on this tower is good. Like, this is not the best tower in the game, but it's still gold if you take it. Anyway, it's just like too little. What's it called? Like, synergy between the 1 and the 5. Like, you guys need to communicate. Like, this guy should be saying, I guess I'll use your actual names. Mr. Cream, you should be saying, like, they're so deep, right? Like, they're too close to our tower. Like, I'm gonna bolt some guy. Like, let's say I'm gonna bolt Shaker. Like, you don't have to say all that. You can just be like, Shaker, 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 and then stun Shaker, and then you press Q on him, and you start attacking him together. Like, this guy is dead on my screen. Just bolt him and drag him in to the tower. Use your drag earlier. It's armor reduction, remember. You open with the drag always. -3 armor. It's really strong. But I don't know what he's thinking. It's like unbelievable play, actually. It's like a... Okay, I guess I can't see the ranks. That's unfortunate. Well, it's just a weird... Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, we get the rune at 7 minute 30. That's kind of... I don't think I've ever seen that before. Still have 2 clarities in your inventory and a salve. Okay, this is a good water place for sure. Yeah, but now look, it's like redundant to have both these wards, right? Because Quap's not gonna walk up the river and blink from here, I'd say. And if he does, like, the thing is, like, if your mid player is attentive to these sorts of things, when the Quap isn't showing, you just be like, Quap isn't there, or like, he got top rune, and then she's gonna walk up. You guys, all you have to do is play safe. The only time Quap can really kill is if he TPs into trees and blinks forwards and nukes you guys out, but you know, whatever. Level 4 guy should be dead. Like, just drag him in, stun him, do some damage to him at least. Like, here, if it was me, like, I would even mango and ult, because this is like 75-second cooldown spell for 30 seconds, right? And then you just start really pressuring this Shaker, like, make sure he can't even lane. But I mean, you can play more defensive, you can play more aggressive, it doesn't really matter. But generally speaking, at this point in the game, the lanes are over. Like, the CK is double the net worth of both their offlaners, so you should be doing something else on Disruptor. But I'll talk about that in the mid game part. So let's go back to minute 0. Have a look at the. I guess I'll have a look at the mid, like, really briefly, because I'm not like a huge. Am I a huge mid player? I don't play many mid heroes, but I do know the concepts. So I guess we'll have a look. So obviously the first thing is that, you know, you don't have enough stats. You have like 6 int, but no strength. So you're gonna eat dagger and get fucked. What is he possibly shipping? Oh my god, this is like Unreal build. What the fuck? Okay, well, like, when you click on this guy, which you should do all the time to check mana and items, you can see he has 2 shared tangos, which is like just a joke. And then this bottle is, let's count. 125 times 3, so this is like 325. Okay, so like all you have to do is run at him and fight him and then trade into him. Like first thing you do as mid always is you ship in a salve with the bounty rune gold. So that should already be done. So like imagine you have I'm gonna ignore these mangoes. Like imagine you have 2 circlets, right? And like 60 damage and like a lot of health, like good armor, good attack range, good damage. Like this guy's pretty bad damage without the strike. You're gonna have like 1 tango that's double duration and a salve, and then like you can just trade into this guy, make him like like he can't even lane at that point. All you have to do is attack him here. Just attack him over and over again. Like use your spells as well. Like oh, this is like the long pause, isn't it? Uh oh. I mean, like just punish people when they don't buy regen. It's so ridiculous. Like this game should be over, Like here, you should always use your Never Blast to secure range. Like you have like 8 casts of this spell, right, or something like that. With the mangoes, so using 1 for 1 range is like pretty good value proposition in my opinion. Here you should focus on denying the ranged. It's good, but like just click him, just attack him, right? Like it's another pause. Okay. You should always buy your like. I'm gonna turn off my announcer. This is kind of annoying. Where is it? It's like this, maybe something like that. Actually, I'm just gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do that for now. So you wanna ship in your salve, and then as soon as you finish shipping your salve, you ship in a Nautilisman, and then you have like super high damage advantage, and then you just start like attacking them and winning the lane that way. See, this is good secure, but you should be harassing him under his tower. Like this is like super pointless. Like you just did 50 damage to a tower for 85 mana. Like that's really poor. And now you're gonna take tower shots as well. Like never do something like this. You're gonna take a tower shot? I guess not. But like I don't know. You don't attack him. Like you have vision, right? Just click him. You have 61 damage. Like, just go attack him. Like you don't have anything better to do. Like here, for example, there's no creeps to last it. Just click him. Just play aggressive. Force out his regen. Because the fact that he started lane with these items and he's not having to use regen is like a travesty. And like the idea of Pogna mid is like you want to push in the lane, so they're under the tower, and then you decrep them, and then they can't last it, right? But instead, like you're the one who's getting bullied right now, and that was a really bad decrep. But I'll assume it's a misclick. Right now, you should be planting your branch and tangoing. You'll see that most high MMR people, they like trade on the first wave, they immediately drop their branch and just tango it so that this comes off cooldown. You pull this back in, and then minute 2 you do it again, and then you have your salve that you ship in, and then like minute 3 something you have bounty rune, not bounty rune, sorry, bottle, and then it just keeps your regen going until then. But like now you pull this one back in for the cooldown always, and then like you see not having a salve is really hurting you actually. I don't know what you bought. Oh, it's the Nautalis. But yeah, you're missing a salve for sure. This magic one is also bad. I've already mentioned that. You see, like here, you should be decrepping him. It's 60 mana spell, right? You're not going to use it to save yourself because she's doing magic damage anyway. You would have made her miss 3 last hits on the tower. This is like the win condition of Pugna mid. And you're not playing it, so it's really bad. I guess I'll just watch a little bit more. Oh no, it's like just too passive, right? Like, you let this guy with no regen boss you around in lane. Against Quap, I like to buy like 3 regular tangos for 90 gold, and then you pretty much just eat through harass. You force him to buy regen, because the thing about this situation is like you've basically spent like 600 gold on stat items, right? So if you trade regen now, she's gonna be fucked. Like her game is gonna be really bad. Like even if you like trade poorly, like you need 6 tangos to force out 3 tangos from her. Like just imagine the situation. Like it's gonna be minute 5 or something. You're gonna have like 2 nulls and whatever magic stick, and then she's gonna have like bottle and maybe like 1 null. I mean, you're definitely winning in that case. But it's like you just don't attack her enough with like range advantage, right? 630 against 550. I don't know. The lane should never look like this. This is like really bad. And here you have to go base. You're gonna die for sure. I mean, she didn't like look at this, right? Like, just imagine like if she pressed a single button, you would be dead. It doesn't make sense to position like this or play like this. You have to run base. This salve is like way too late. Like, don't like fight to the death on your lane like this. Yeah, I mean this lane is over already. There's not much to say really. Like you just played so passive and basically got dumpstered by a co-op with no regen. I mean, that's kind of unfortunate. Okay, we'll just have a look at the position 4, and I guess the Kunkka's not on your stack, so I'll just ignore it. You want to be pressuring the carry more than the Warlock, really, especially when he has low armor like Tiny, but tanking tower shots here is like so bad. There's like no reason to ever do something like this. Like, don't walk on the tower like this. For this lane is really problematic. Because it's like too pushed in. You can't pressure them. So the way you fix this is by pulling, or you can drag the creeps from behind the tower. So the idea is like you go here. Like let's see. Like if you guys want to do a sort of like cookie cutter play that usually works, you guys just push out the first wave like really hard. You use your like Tidebringer and your Fable, and then the wave is pushed in, right? You have like 3 creeps alive or 4 creeps alive, all their creeps are dead. Even if you don't get the last hits, it doesn't really matter. It's under the tower, and then the Rubik runs over with his boots, and he takes the second wave, and he grabs it from here to like in front of the tower. Let's say you just drag it here, right? Like and then what happens is that the lane will basically be set here because these creeps will die under the tower and they probably can't even last hit them very well. And then you play the rest of the lane here instead, and then if you want to kill them, you can chase them super far. And if they want to fight you, you're under your tower, right? And you're getting regen from the tower even, so it's like super good. But yeah, otherwise you want to just be focusing on the pull, which you should do now. You like cut this tree and then you pull side. Ooh, okay. Okay, that means this is kind of rough. I don't know what you're trying to do. Because it's like, yeah. I don't know. It's like weird play to do for sure. You use so many fade bolts as well for like not much gain. Like, you use like 3 fade bolts, right? All it does is nuke people. The main point of fade bolt is the damage reduction. You start winning trades against pos 4s or whatever it is, right? So, just using it for damage is kind of bad. Like here, you should definitely have right-clicked him once to cancel his clarity. What is happening? Why are you not last hitting? Why would you Fable him there? Like, you're using Fable as a nuke, man. Like, this is not that much damage against 800 health hero with 5 health regen. Like, I mean, I don't understand really why you're not last hitting. I guess you're trying. But like earlier, you just weren't last hitting, right? The Kunkka's not here. I don't know if you noticed. So yeah, this lane's kind of bad, really. There's like no aggression as well, like at all. The idea is like you guys should force 2v1 situations where you and Kunkka click someone together, right? Like burn his regen, then he has to buy more regen instead of items, and then your Kunkka gets more items like braces, starts denying all the creeps. I mean, here you should be helping him deny creeps together. Like, there's a lot of things you can do even if you're like not really like some really strong pos 4, right? Like here, for example, like look at this, right? He cleaves like this. This range creep has to get secured by you. You have to secure this with your W right now, and you also want to help him deny these creeps. And then they're gonna be really sad, right? Because they're gonna be losing CS. Instead, they just get free deny here. Kunkka's like having problems last hitting. Like you're kind of just standing behind him doing like random autos, which is fine, but like you want to focus more on the creeps in this case. And kind of the same thing, like you don't use your courier. It's just like really random Ws, because it's kind of the same as Pugna in this lane, where they have like too much regen, right? Like this guy has a heal and this is like a strength hero. So you mainly want to just be using the W for when they're under the tower and then you W both of them and they can't last it at all. Or like you just use it to secure creeps or to kill these large creeps when you pull. Like here you should definitely go pull as well. Let's see if you do it. Uh you can just pull like sideways like this. It's probably a little bit easier, but whatever. Okay. See, like here, if you had your W, you know, you can just freely secure this. I don't know what your Kunkka's doing. Yeah, okay. This is kind of strange. And this guy's getting charged now or something. Okay. You should lift this guy, really. Uh, kind of just running away. You should lift this guy and cancel his charge and save your Kunkka. And whenever people die, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned it on top lane. I don't think anyone died, but like you should drop your items for the other guy. Like here, you should tell your Kunkka. I guess it's a random guy, but I'm just saying in general. Like you just drop him all your items that you need on the floor, and then he picks them up and TPs in. You don't need to use your courier. If you want this, if you want this, you know, like. The other thing I would say is like when you play against a mid who has bottle, especially when he buys it fucking minute 0, you need to go secure one rune for them. Like minute 4, minute 3:30, you tell your offlane I have to go secure a rune, you push out the lane, and then you stand here and you guard it for your mid, and then he wins the bottle trade, and then you like, you know, like the runes are really important. Well, at least you guys got this bounty rune, which is good. I don't think I have much to say about this lane really. It just didn't go as I expected really. Like, don't understand how this guy has 8 last hits. Oh no, like all the last hits in this game are like super low, but okay, I guess it's fine. Okay, I mean, I think originally I was thinking of like talking about the mid game, but I think the lanes are going so like weird that you guys should focus on this sort of laning thing to begin with. Like, if you can do everything that I'm saying for now, you will have a much uh like the game will feel a lot better. But um like it's kind of complicated. The main idea of side lanes is that you want to play together as like a team. So like you press your buttons together, like you stun and then you do more damage, like you stun and then you slow and then you do auto attacks. And then like eventually they are like having problems, right? Like they have to buy a bunch of regen and then you buy stat items instead because you're not losing health. And then you just start denying together. Or like the other main concept is like creep equilibrium. Like you always want to play near your tower, and like aggroing backwards is a big part of that. This mid lane just kind of, I mean, no offense, but it kind of went to shit, you know, like just complete disaster. Um, I don't know if this is like hard matchup for you personally, or if this was like just an off day, but yeah, it shouldn't really be like this. Um, I guess I'll quickly talk about the idea of what should be happening in the mid game, just like very briefly. Like, I guess I'll speak more about it if the lanes go better in the future, but the idea is like, um, so the main objective of the mid game in Dota is to outfarm your opponents, right? Like you want to gain some net worth leads, so you win the game essentially. Um, Now, if you think about it, this tower is protecting these two camps basically, because if this tower wasn't here, then your carry could play this lane and these two camps, and then he can run back to farm these 3 camps, which are the best camps in the game to farm because it's like the closest together, and it's like ancient, large, small. Ancients are the best camps in the game to farm in general. They give the most gold for health, or however you want to describe it. So basically, both teams will want to open this safe lane tier 1, so their carry can play in the off lane basically, and just go like absolutely crazy, get so much gold, right? Um, so at like, if you think about it, most teams cannot push a tier 1 tower. This is like 1800 health and 12 armor, right? So the point is, like, you want to force it around the catapult timing. So at minute 9 or minute 9:30, let's say, you should be bringing your position 5 disruptor from the off lane, where he's not doing much anyway, to the off lane. And you guys make like a 3v2 fight, like you try and kill someone fast, and then you put the cart on the tower, and then you take this tower. As soon as you take this tower, your mid laner should sorry, not your mid laner, your carry should come here, and he should just start farming these camps and this wave and the ancients or whatever. And he basically just sits here for a long time, and you place one ward in their jungle to defend him, right? And this is how the carry gets like 800, 900,000 GPM. And in the meantime, you guys should be playing mid, just fighting here away from your carry, or you can be defending your own safe lane if they play the same way, right? But bring numbers basically. Like, let's just see what happens, I guess. So let's skip to 9:37. It's like, if you look at the game right now, they just ganked with the Quap. He used his TP, I assume. No, he just ran. Okay, well, he has no mana. Regardless, this game is even better because you have Pugner, who's like a strong pusher, right? So at this moment in time, you guys should be contesting the bounty rune as 3 heroes, if not more. Like, CK can farm up here pretty safely for now. But you guys should be bringing numbers, because the catapult will just absolutely destroy the tower, and then you open the map really well. In fact, you even do rotate here. You should use your arcane boots off cooldown, but whatever. If they bring numbers, you just have to bring more numbers. Like, once you see 4 people bot, or like 3 people bot, right? This is where you tell your Pugner they're 3 bot, you have to TP bot as well, or like run with your haste rune, because your CK's getting gone on, which is bad. Like, CK has to play passive during a play like this. If you guys show, one of the rules of Dota is, like, past minute 10, you can't show on 3 lanes, because then you're like split too far, right? Like, the enemy team will see this. They will never allow people to farm 3 lanes at once, because they'll just collapse on one guy and kill them, and then the next guy, right? So you have to play super passive now on CK, and you bring 4 bot, and you siege the tower down, and then the CK gets to play here pretty much solo, and then you can walk around as 3 or 4 and fight together. So this is kind of dodgy, really. Like, you do bring 4 bot, right? But like, no one. It's like the cart is already dead, so now it's kind of awkward, and your Pugner is so deep as well. Oh no, like, you have to kill them fast, right? Like, don't show all your heroes. Like, you just sneak into here, and then you kill the defenders really fast, and then they can't TP in, and then the tower's gone, right? But instead, not a single tower is pushed. Maybe it's best if I show you one of my games, actually, just so you get like an understanding of how it usually goes. Like, let's see. It's like Faces Void, right? Let me have a look. So, like, this is kind of the idea you want to do leading into mid game, to let your carry have a good game and carry you, basically. Maybe I'll show you some of the other things that I'm talking about as well. Okay, so the first thing is, like, you see basically everyone at this rank, or like not everyone, but like most people, they'll move their couriers, right? Like, see, I move my courier here, this guy moves his courier. Some people are lazy, but trust me, it's just laziness. You see, like, they have their offlane ward set up, right? They have a safe lane ward in this case because it's Doom. He doesn't need to see uphill anyway. There's a mid ward. Okay, everything is very cool. See, no one buys clarities either. Like, look at this guy, he doesn't have clarities. It's like nobody buys clarities really. And then you see, like, they're stacking 3 bot, right? And then I'm playing like super safe with my Bane. We should be stacking 3 top as well, but it doesn't really matter. See, like, the Jug is like lurking around, seeing if he can get free rune as well. He can manage to contest 1v1. He doesn't get it, but you know, like, it's just better this way, to play this way. Am I playing against no one? I think I might be. Yeah, this lane goes to shit basically, but let me just skip to like minute, let's say minute 8 or like minute. All right, let's start with a minute 3 something play. Right, like, the first thing you'll notice is that my Bane is constantly harassing, and he's doing the aggro trick so he doesn't pull aggro, and then I'm just like focusing on last hitting and getting denies. But like, let's skip forwards a little bit to like 345, right? Let's have a look at the Phoenix. Okay, like maybe not this game, but usually your pos 4 will want to contest the rune. So you see like in this matchup, there's no bottle, right? Like neither of them have bottle. He might be shipping bottle. No. So no one has bottle, and still the runes are very important. Because if this is DD or something, like it's really bad. Like see, he even uses dive. Like he commits really hard, and this guy's securing this rune. Like this is how important runes are. Like people will run out of lanes just to make it happen. And you see, like they already pushed in the lane to anticipate this move, so we can't really play very aggressive on them either. Let me just show you one more thing. Okay, so this is how the bounty runes are taken in like high level games, right? Like let's have a look. It's minute 5. Okay, like this guy's already on this rune pretty much, and then Mars just runs straight over and he ignores everything that's happening. It's like so much gold. Okay, next thing that happens really is at like minute 9:30, right? Probably. See, DP is DP is pushing mid, but like see, like we bring all our heroes top, we bring enough heroes top, and then like we kill one guy fast, right? And then I basically lurk around here as Void. Oh, they already took the tower, but like have a look at how I play this game as Void, right? Like they put one ward for me, I go bot and I chrono, but past this point, I think I farm through the jungle. But as soon as I finish farming the jungle, like I play top lane a lot. Like I farm one lane top, the hard camp, that camp, I do some more chrono stuff, but like ancients, hard camp, lane, and then should be lane again, small camp, hard camp. Yeah, I mean, it's just like so much gold. Like look at this shit. This is so ridiculous. Even stack my ancients for myself. Like this is how you play as carry basically, but the important thing is that you guys have to set up for the move. But I mean, that's like pretty much it for now. I guess you can ask any questions like about what I've said so far, but it's mostly like just think about the lanes a little bit more. But yeah, we'll see.